Hi, I'm Lynn Vitalden. I'm the owner of Creative Therapeutics and a physical therapist, and I am going to show you today some yoga flow sequences that you can use to give you some simple flexibility and warm you up for more difficult exercises. This sequence is the beginning of the sun salutation, and it will warm up your hamstrings and your hips, and it'll also enable you to link your movement with breathing, which helps us calm ourselves down basically and get our bodies and minds centered. So you start by standing to the side, and you're just going to inhale and lift your arms up. You're going to exhale, arms go down, bend your knees. Breathe out here. Then you slide up your shins and drop your chest down. Breathe in. Exhale, slide down your shins, push through your feet, come back all the way up, breathing in the whole time. Exhale, return to your chest. We're going to repeat that 3 times. So that's the first time. Inhale, look up, exhale, come down, bend your knees. Inhale, slide up your shins, drop your chest, straighten your knees a little bit. Exhale, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back to your chest, center through your heart. Again, inhale. This time you can experiment with keeping your knees a little straighter. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, push through your feet as you come up. And exhale. These next motions are a flow sequence that we're going to be moving from all fours in a pose called cat and cow and moving back into child's pose. And we're going to be using a 6-count breath to do it. So the breathing slows you down and also calms you down. So let's go on all fours. And we're going to start by breathing in. As you breathe out, we're going to exhale, round our spine up. Sit back. And now inhale, return back in. And drop the chest down. So now let's count to 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. And inhale. And let's just finish with just lifting up the spine, exhaling for 6 counts, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and end in center. This sequence is a simplified sun salutation. So in yoga, sun salutation is just a series of motions. And sun salutations are great because they cover a lot of motions that the body needs to make during the day and really makes you more flexible for your everyday life. So I'm going to start by turning to the side, which you just come to the front of your mat. And we're going to breathe in. We're going to exhale. Bring your hands down to your shins. See, my knees are bent, especially when you're tight. You should bend the knees a little. Inhale, drop the chest. Exhale, fold down. Then put your hands by either side of your foot. Step back into a lunge. So here I'm with my left foot back. You have to watch for your knees not going forward over your toes like this. You want to keep your knees centered over your ankle bone. And then drop your knee down. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Now, a simple version would be just to change legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold down. Step forward, bent knees, inhale, and exhale to finish. This is going to be a sun salutation sequence that includes a downward dog. So step to the front of your mat. We always make sure that we're centered over our feet. Our pelvis is over our ankles, our rib cage is over our pelvis, and our head sits on top of all of those places. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold down, bend your knees, slide up your shin, drop your spine. Inhale, exhale, fold down. Lunge back with your left leg. You can hold this lunge for 3 breaths or longer. Make sure your knee is not over your toes. The knee is basically aligned with the ankle joint here. Now we're going to step back into plank. And from here, if you're not strong in your arms, you can lower your knees down and then lower your chest. Or if you want to challenge your strength, you can lower down. I'm keeping my elbows in tight. And then from here, we'll push up into cobra. So when I say push up, it's more like lifting up your back. Your hands should be fairly free. And if you're going to go up higher, you can use a little pressure through your hands. But essentially, we're trying to increase mobility through our upper back, not crank through our low back. Now, pushing through the hands, lift your bottom up. Press through the mat, almost like you're trying to tear the mat in two between your feet and your hands. In this first downward dog, you can just bend and straighten opposite legs, or you can raise up on the toes and just limber yourself up that way. And always even breathing. Now we're going to take and bring our left leg through and lunge. Open the chest. Always maintaining and looking at each piece of your alignment. Breathing. Step back into plank again. Go through your flow here. Drop down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down to down, up to down dog. And then we're just going to simply walk back up to our forward fold. Bend your knees as you push through your feet. Inhale. And exhale. Center back through your heart. This is a strength sequence that will also help build more flexibility in the spine and a little more length in your hamstrings. So we're going to start in, if you're not warmed up, it's always good to move your spine a little bit up and down with your breath. Okay, so breathing in when you're arching, exhaling when you're pulling your spine up. So we'll start in plank. Shoulders are squared and right over the wrists. All right, so let's inhale and exhale, push up into downward dog. So you're pushing your hands away from your body. Then we're going to bring our hips forward, center over our hands again, drop your thighs down to the roll. I'm using the roll for support, and really that should be landing about on my thighs. And then we're lifting your chest up and forward. Okay, and then we're going to push back into plank. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to adjust that roll so it hits me in the right spot. And then here we go back to down or upward dog, pressing the chest forward. See how I'm dropping my shoulder blades down, back, and in, lifting up. Now our heads move a lot, our necks move a lot. We don't want to end up with your head sitting on your upper back. You want to lengthen through your neck. And then we'll come back to plank again. Inhale, exhale, downward dog. And then again back into upward dog. Open the chest, really work your upper back into an open position. And then press back, put your knees on the floor. It's always good to end with a little bit of flexing the spine, just to rest from what you've just worked on. This is a yoga flow sequence that goes from triangle to forward bend to side angle pose, and this is really great for the spine again, and also for some flexibility of the hips. So we're always starting in what we call mountain pose, where we're centering through the heels and our forefoot and feeling even weight between both of our two legs. And then we're going to just open up the right foot out to the side and step back with our left foot. And basically we want to line our two heels up. So this first one I'm going to show you is the side angle pose. I think it's a little easier to do than the triangle pose because the knee is bent. So we start by bending the right knee, not farther than the toes, really about equal, even with the ankle. Our hips are still facing directly forward. We're going to lean down onto our thigh, and we're going to reach our arm up. You can start here just to open up the chest, and then you can reach over so that the upper arm comes in line with the ear. Now we're not resting heavily on this right arm. We're using our 2 feet, the balance between our 2 feet, to keep us up. And there's options to look up at your hand or down at the floor if your neck needs to rest. So now we're going to come up, straighten the knee, and then we're going to move down into triangle pose. So we can use counter pressure of the right bottom hand against the thigh. This is also a balancing pose. So if you feel challenged in your balance, you're going to want to be near a wall and look up. So I'm feeling the expanse of my 2 arms and my shoulder blades connecting through my back, and even weight through both of my feet. And we can come up from there. And you should always think about ending in an opposite motion. So a nice forward fold. Start with the knees a little bent. And if they feel fine, if your back feels fine, you can straighten them out and just hang forward. And I'll leave you to try the other side. This is a yoga flow sequence that will build strength for your spine and build flexibility for your hamstrings, your hips, and your spine. So we'll start in all fours, and we're going to combine movement with breathing, and we're going to use a 6-count breath. So I want you to lift the opposite arm and leg to a count of 6. Inhale. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 4, 5, 6. Inhale here. Prepare by putting the toes under. Exhale. 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the opposite arm and leg. Exhale. 4, 5, 6. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale, or exhale, prepare. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And always finish in child's pose, or in some type of just reverse position to stretch out your spine. This is a yoga flow sequence that will stretch your inner thighs and move your hips. It also will twist the spine or turn the spine, so getting more flexibility through the rib cages and through the spine. So we start in standing or mountain pose, balancing through the feet. You can take a breath in just for a grounding breath. And then you open your feet wide. Toes are pointing forward. And what you're going to do, if this is your first forward fold, you might want to just bend your knees a little bit and come down. If you're tight, you might have to be up on a block. Okay? So you bend down, And we're going to time this with breathing. And so we're going to inhale and exhale, walk to the right. And you can see I'm straightening my left leg and bending my right leg. And then I'm going to turn and look up to the side. So we're exhaling here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Now once you get back to center, you can bend through your knees, press through, and come back up to your standing position.